It is one of the most exciting races on the NASCAR Winston Cup Series calendar as the start of July heads to Daytona as is tradition. On July 4th weekend, the 42 Winston Cup Series drivers race at Daytona Beach, Florida in the Firecracker 400 under the lights of Daytona. We're going to be seeing sparks fly here tonight as 42 drivers go for glory at the Daytona National Speedway. I'm Joe Rakowski here to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage of the Firecracker 400, one of the biggest races of the season for these drivers because they all know they have a shot to win here at Daytona. This is, for many teams, one of only 4 shots they have in the season. Daytona and Talladega are really the tracks where drivers go and they say, I have a realistic shot at this. So we'll see if we see some underdogs at the front at the end of this 32-lap race and how that will play into it here at Daytona. As you can see at the front, though, the front 4 positions are taken by some pretty normal teams. You have Joe Gibbs Racing's Mathis Wells on pole, but then he's followed by 300 Motorsports Chevrolets of Brett Sierra, Keegan Thompson, and Justin Zeidel. All 3 are inside the top 5 in points. Thompson still leads points. Sierra is now 3rd. Zeidel fell to 5th after his 42nd place finish in Loudon, New Hampshire. But Keegan Thompson, he had a decent result in 12th place, lost some points to Trey Barter, who got a top 5. Brett Sierra won the race for his 4th win of the season and is close to big time on the front 2 in points. If Sierra can get another good day, while 1st and 2nd in points have a bad day, Sierra will be right there to make it a 3-car race for the championship. Trey Barto, who comes in 2nd in points, starts in 7th here tonight at Daytona. Not too bad, just a few rows behind Keegan Thompson. The one man we haven't talked about inside the top 5 in points, 4th in points, Chris Jericho, had a dismal qualifying result. 40th place for the driver of the 18. 3 cars failed inspection. Will start 37th here tonight, but he has some work to do in that 18. We'll see if the car is good enough in the draft or if it's going to be just as slow as it was in qualifying. That will be something interesting to watch for sure. Keegan Thompson, by the way, the man who starts in 3rd, won the last time at Daytona and also won at Talladega. The 2 plate trucks we've had this season, they've both gone to Keegan Thompson in the 5. The 3 cars that failed inspection, Seb Kukulan from 21st, Riley Sprotu from 17th, and then Caden Lynn from 35th. All failed post-qualifying inspection. They'll be starting back 40th to 42nd here tonight at Daytona. The weather here, absolutely gorgeous. July night here at Daytona. Clear skies, 84 degrees, just a little bit of wind in the northward direction, and very minimal chance of rain here at Daytona. Perfect day, or perfect night for racing here at Daytona. The drivers definitely going to love this for sure. To be a nice night of action. And we'll see what the front view in points can do. Obviously, 4 of them starting inside the top 7. Jericho's going to be playing catch-up. That'll be fun to watch. We'll also be sprinkling some of the smaller names like Yepezu starts in 5th. Higuito starts 11th. Luca Iger starts 13th. You have also Jack Haas starting in 6th. Laura Chung in 9th. You know, some of these teams that maybe are mid-pack, you know, top 10 teams that aren't really the winning teams, they can have a shot at it. Some track facts, obviously. The Daytona National Speedway is located in Daytona Beach, Florida, opened in 1959. First race here, obviously, in 1981. 2.5 miles in length. The banking varies among this racetrack. 31 degrees in the corners, 18 degrees in the tri-oval, 3 degrees on the back straightaway, and then the front stretch, which is not in the tri-oval. So obviously, they have a lot of banking in the corners. That tri-oval will be a sketchy place as well, so we'll see how that works out for the drivers here. The past 5 winners, Jeff Wright won here back in 1995. Jim Gamez won here in the past 5 races, along with Trey Barto did it back in 98. Nat Wagner did it in 97. Obviously, the last race out in 1999. That was won by Kevin Bandon in the 24 car. It's a 32-lap race here at Daytona. No fuel whatsoever concerns, as they will not have to make any pit stops. They have enough fuel to go the distance here in the Firecracker 400. We're getting down to time for the command to fire the engines for the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. Let's go down trackside for those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there you can see the 42 cars fire up and roll off pit road to do battle here at Daytona for the Firecracker 400. One of the most, just one of the most impressive races of the season. One of the bigger races of the season. We'll see who gets the victory lane after 32 laps here at the 2.5 mile Daytona International Speedway. Look to the man starting in 3rd because he is the current points leader. Keegan Thompson has had an impressive season leading points for all but just a few races. It started with a Daytona 500 victory at this racetrack just a few months ago. Followed up with the win at Talladega and 3 others to boot. A 5-time winner this season. has won the 2 plate races this season. Keegan Thompson, a lot of momentum on his side, looking for his 3rd straight plate track win to be a 6th on the season. He'll roll off in 3rd place in that 5 car. Looks to the man starting back in 7th, making his final Daytona start. That's Trey Bardo in the 3. He has 3 Daytona wins before tonight, 2 of which came in this exact event. He has 1 Daytona 500 victory back in 1993, but 2 in this Firecracker 400 summer event. We'll see what Trey Bardo can do in this 3 car from 7th spot, trying to gain points on Keegan Thompson. His main goal is to shuffle the 5 out and make sure he can get up there and lead laps and possibly win for a 4th time at Daytona and go towards the back of the field, a little bit further up than the back, though. That's Jimmy Stammer Jr. in the 71. Last race at New Hampshire, he got pole, led a few laps, but fell back and finished outside the top 30, unfortunately, for this Marcus Auto Racing driver. He was fastest in practice, though, at Daytona. He shows the speed in the track. We'll see if he has that same speed here tonight at Daytona, if he can try and get his way towards the front and possibly win to make up for the heartbreak at Loudon, New Hampshire. Those are the big stories entering this race. On the front row, Mathis Wells and Brett Sierra. Sierra, the last race winner, has 4 wins this season. Mathis Wells looking for another one as well. The 20 car will lead us down to the green flag for 32 laps. The Firecracker 400 under the lights at Daytona. We're underway. Green flag in the air. It will take about a lap and a half for them to get up to full speed as the race down the backstretch. We're already looking 4 wide up inside the top 5. This is where the wreck happened in the Daytona 500. 4 wide through 3 and 4. That's what caused the crash. It's Jack Haas, Lord Chung, the teammates. Zidell and Sierra, the teammates. As they race through 3 and 4, trying to keep it 4 wide as they come off 4. Keegan Thompson leads the first lap in the 5. They're going to sort the 4 back to 3. But leading the first lap, Keegan Thompson, the 5, will do it. Yepez in second, but Thompson gets those 5 bonus points. Very crucial there for the driver of the 5, because that's 5 bonus points Bardo may not be able to get during this race. And now they're side by side for a second to the inside. Lord Chung in the 23. Yepez on the outside falling back. So here comes now Hagito starting 11th. Iger started 13th. They're up to 3rd and 4th as Thompson clears the pack and leads. Chung trying to run him down using the draft in second. They're up to about full speed now as the race down the backstretch. It takes about a lap and a half for them to get up to full song with these plates on the cars. It just takes a little bit longer for them to get up to full pace. And now that they have done about a lap and a half to 2 laps, they're up now over 190 miles an hour, inches apart. And we saw in the first lap, they were 4 wide. That was lap 1. Imagine if we come down to the checker flag, we have a lot of the drivers in. How aggressive will they be throughout the race? As Thompson leads the second lap of the race, but Chung, Hagita, and Iger all close in, racing up to turn 1. Iger, the pulse here of the 500, looks low for second. Sorry, that's Hagita looking low. Iger in the 14 got shuffled up to the outside by the 88 of Jordan Stout. Stout moves through now for 3rd. Hagita trying to clear Chung as Thompson keeps the lead in the 5 car. So the inside lane definitely prevailing on the start here as they race up the back straightaway. Stout trying to push Hagita clear of Lord Chung. Here comes the 10 of Walker Davis. Aronson Reed started pretty poorly in the 40. Conrad Evans had a terrible Daytona weekend. 4 wide again, further back in the pack. In the middle, that Trey Bardo. He was on his side in the 500, and now he's in the middle of 4. That's how the crash happened in the 500. Sirot, who's outside in the middle. Mills and Zachary DeLello also there. This is very bad for Bardo. He needs to clear this as quickly as possible. If he gets involved in a crash, this will be terrible for his championship chances. Caden Lynn in the 42 for Team Savco might be losing the draft. Remember, he failed inspection after qualifying. There's still 4 wide as Thompson still leads. They're going to try and sort it back to 3, and it looks like Sierra backing out will accomplish that feat. Back to 3 wide as these drivers further back in the field definitely breathe a sigh of relief. Back towards the front, Thompson still leads in the 5. Mentioning Conrad Evans, he's had a terrible Daytona weekend. Slowest in practice, one of the 10 slowest in qualifying, but Evans now up to 2nd in that Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet, number 31, up to P2, but trying to chase down Keegan Thompson is a fast number 5 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, as we've seen at the plate tracks this season. Evans dives low, looking for a lane to get on the 5, but Thompson slams the door shut. Here comes Jericho, 4th in the points, looking to try and gain on the front 2. There he goes to the inside to turn number 1. Going for a second there is a nice push from Jamie Stammer Jr. and Keyshawn Richardson as Caden Lynn, the 4-2, has lost the draft. So big issue there for the 4-2 of Lynn, who didn't show much pace in qualifying and now here in the race, obviously not shown as well, even after failing inspection. Jericho will step out on Thompson for the lead. Down the backstretch of the race. Chris Jericho, the first challenge Keegan Thompson has had all night long. It's the forms of the 18 of Jericho. Side by side to 3 and 4. Jericho in the preferred inside lane came from 40th on qualifying, 37th on the grid. Jericho now leads on lap number 5. Yeah, that means from 37th to the lead, and it took him 4.5 laps. That just shows you how quickly things change. To the inside, his second start of the season, Benny Lynn. Brandon Beal obviously still recovering from the injuries at Michigan, and we hope everything's okay with Beal, and we hope he can get back as soon as possible. But meanwhile, Benny Lynn is driving this car up to second place. Bill Elliott Racing's Benny Lynn to P2. We know Benny Lynn possibly has a ride for next season, so watch out for that. As Luke Rain, the 2 comes up to his bumper. Luke is switching over to the 88 for that team next season, leaving Penske Racing. He'll be joining Robert Yates Racing, so we'll see how he can try and fare here at Daytona in this number 2 for Penske Racing, as he had a dismal Loudon race, and he's looking to try and get a good one here in the Firecracker 400. He's up behind Jericho right now as Yepez, who started 5th, fell back early on, but now Yepez back up to 3rd, Zachary DeLello to 4th, Logan Williams 5th, Eli Brent, the 8 car, was slowest in qualifying. He had an issue on the 8 car during his qualifying, and his lap was over a minute long. They fixed the issues, whatever mechanical issue it was on that 8 car, they fixed it. Now he's up, battling up inside the top 10. His teammate Anthony Nez, who is inside in the 1 car. Speaking of Robert Yates Racing, there's Ryan Spur 2, failed inspection from 17th starting spot in the grid, failed that inspection after qualifying, but here he's now trying to move forward. He has to his inside. The number 24 is Idell, and the number 12 coming to his inside as well. That's Mitchell Collins. Nathan Strickland had a bad Loudon race just like Luke Rainey. Strickland up to 3rd, DeLello down in line in 4th in front of the 1 of Anthony Nez, who made the move on Logan Williams. Zedell trying to come back as, here we go, we got a fast Chevrolet of Lathan Strickland come to the inside of Luke Rainey in the 2 car. Side by side for second behind the 18 of Chris Jericho. See, one of our championship runners, Trey Bardo, is right now towards the back of the field in the 3 car. There he is, back middle. Now he's going to get down line. Sierra just a few cars in front of him. Wondering if he was just hanging back there because he was getting a little aggressive. As for the lead, speaking of aggressive, Lathan Strickland goes to the inside in the 33 car. Jericho getting a little bit of help from the 2 of Luke Rain, but it's not enough. Obviously a little bit too far back for the 2 to push the 18 clear. And now they're side by side through turns 3 and 4. Strickland on the inside, Jericho on the outside. Lathan Strickland comes off turn number 4 with the race lead. He'll lead the 8th lap of the Firecracker 400 here at Daytona. See that pack mostly 3 wide. Front of the field mostly double file though. Strickland and Jericho still just a little bit side by side into turns 1 and 2. Now Strickland will finally get clear of that 18. Justin Zidell in the 24 moves up to 2nd. Remember, he started well but had to fall back because he was on the outside at the start. Now he's made his way back up. So from a top 5 starting spot on the outside to the back and back up to the front took him 8 laps. Took him about 8 laps to go from 4th to last to 2nd. I'm sure Zidell will definitely take that, although you have to wonder if maybe he saw it in line somewhere earlier than the back of the field, because he's up front a lot sooner than some of his drivers, some of his teammates that were back there like Sierra and whatnot. Jack Haas started well in this race, started inside the top 10 and 6th. Haas goes for 3rd on the number 12 of Mitchell Collins. Ryan Wilson was up inside the top 5. Now he's getting shoved up by the 97 Nathan Stapleton. Had a really, really good practice run the 97. Roush cars did look fast. The 97 and the 6 both looked pretty sporty, but Ryan Wilson just jumped down in front of the 97 and will keep that spot and will actually go to 4th by Mitchell Collins. Forwards on the inside, like Stapleton, Jacob Boyd working together as Jack Haas goes for a 2nd on Zidell. Jacob Boyd goes 3 wide on Nathan Stapleton. Brett Sierra 3 wide, Noah Clifton. And Sierra has a helping push from the number 3 of Trey Bardo, making the move on Clifton and Jericho, who's on the outside 3 wide. Coming around to complete the 10th lap of the Firecracker 400. No yellow flag so far. We've had a few close moments with 4 wide. And currently at the moment, Lathan Strickland leads the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. They're all trying to lead as many laps as they can, and especially in Bardo's case and Jericho and Sierra and Zidell, you want to hope that someone leads more laps than the 5 of Keegan Thompson, because if Thompson leads the most laps, that's 5 additional bonus points on top of whatever points he gets, and on top of the point for leading, or on top of the 5 points for leading a lap. So Trey Bardo up to 5th now. Definitely wants to lead a lap at some point during this race. He's trying to push Sierra up towards the front. They'll go low for 3rd and 4th on Jacob Boyd in the 21 car. Yeah, Sierra and Bardo have been working pretty well together, even though Sierra is Thompson's teammate. Both the 25 and the 3 are in their best interest for the 5 to do poorly and for them to do well. So even though they may be bound for second, third, and points, and they may be opposite teams that are battling for those spots. They're still going to work together a little bit because it works out for both of them if Keegan Thompson does not finish well. As next, Bardo goes to the outside with Jack Haas. Seaver to the inside now, his teammate Zidell coming with him in the 24. Keegan Thompson still middle lane back there in the 5. Maybe Ruiz to his inside. Kukla also getting by him, so at the moment, Keegan Thompson not making any ground up, currently stuck back there as Lathan Strickland still leads at Daytona. Strickland trying to break Keegan Thompson's lap-led record here in the Firecracker 400 so far. Sierra trying to get up to that 33. Now we know the 25 pretty fast, qualified second. Have to see what Sierra can do here as Jacob Boyd makes the move on the 24. Zidell Bardo hangs Jack Haas out to go with the number 24 Zidell. Jose Mills, Lord Chung are back up towards the front. How about Mathis Wells started on pole, but got passed into turn 1, lap 1. Never got to lead lap in this race, but here he is now back up inside the top 10, going for a top 5 spot in that 20 car. The pole sitter coming back. Sierra's over the back of the 33 Lathan Strickland, but so far no help to make that move. Now the 23 Lord Chung dives low for third on the number 21 Jacob Boyd. Front 2 stays single file. Meanwhile, Chris Jericho with Mitch Corbett and Mitchell Collins coming back on the inside. Nathan Stevenson as well. Boyd tried to get down from Jose Mills, but the 7 was down there. Maybe a little bit of a checkup for the 7 though. Keeps the 21 ahead for now as Mathis Wells will step out 3 wide that little checkup. He goes now for 5th place as Jacob Boyd keeps 4th, and Lord Chung goes for 2nd on the number 25 of Brett Sierra. Nathan Strickland still holding the lead, won earlier in the season out at the California Speedway, Fontana, California. Mathis Wells, Leposer back up inside the top 5. Behind them, some close calls between Evans and Thompson as they're 3 wide further back. Boyd now on Lord Chung for 2nd. The 21 looks pretty sporty. Mathis Wells looks sporty as well. He tries to protect off Mitch Corbett and does a great job. Now they race to turns 1 and 2. Corbett is there right behind Mathis Wells. Mitchell Collins coming. He just got by the 18 of Chris Jericho. Now Jericho to his inside comes Nathan Stapleton and Kukla on the teammates. For 2nd goes Wells on Boyd, keeping Strickland out in front still in the 33. But Wells looks like he might have the better cars. Boyd fights to the outside Strickland. The 33 protects the bottom through 3 and 4. Wells to 2nd. We know that car pretty fast. Obviously starting on pole in this race. Watch out for him to try and make a move here. There he goes to the inside off 4. Mathis Wells for the lead in the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. He only got to lead about 200, 300 feet of this race. He's now looking to do it off into turn 1. He and Strickland side by side. Collins to the outside with Strickland. Wells really no help on the inside. They're 3 wide behind the front 3. Kukla to the inside on the 17. He has help from Jordan Stout, Hagita, Yepez, Evans, and Spurley. They race down the backstretch, still door to door. Strickland the better help on the outside, but Wells trying to use the side, drafting well on the inside. They battle into turns 3 and 4. Still the 33, not clear the 20, but still the 20 a little bit behind as they almost look 4 right back there. Corbett trying to get down in front of the 23 and does as they still battle side by side for the lead through 3 and 4. Corbett's going to step out. Boyd right there trying to get down to the middle lane as quickly as possible. Now Stout leaves Wells to the middle. Strickland's still going to lead this lap in the 33, but Stout now with the inside lane. 3 wide move on the 88. Jordan Stout got a great run and took it. Stout for the lead. Hagita, the 500 pole sitter, up now for 2nd with Yepez behind him, and they're all scattering now as the pack back 3 by 3 together. Stout leads this race. Hagita now to 2nd. Yepez to 3rd. Conrad Evans moving up in the 31. Riley Spurgeon with him. Jimmy Stammer Jr. and Roger Ray moving up in the 71 to 55. Last time we were at a play track, Roger is a lap car at the end of the race, which impacted the race leaders, and a lot of people not too happy with Roger Ray after that one. Barry is now in the main pack on the lead lap, halfway this time behind the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. It's been caution-free so far. We haven't seen too many lead changes, but it's been enough to definitely be cycling the field around. Hagita right behind Jordan Stout in the 88. Stout leads the halfway point of the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. Hagita looking for some sort of help to get by the 88. Obviously, Stout with the better engine and better aerodynamics. The 77 just hanging up because of draft. Obviously, Jasper Motorsports, not the best team out there, but they're doing good enough in the draft right now. See, he's trying to back up to Evans to get a run right here, but Evans not going to go with the 77. He wants to take that run they got, so the 77 backing up obviously tried to get a move off with that, but Evans, because the 77 backed up, just said, I'll take the momentum I have and go low and try and get by Stout myself. Evans to P2, looking to lead lap in what has been a dismal race weekend so far for Evans. Jimmy Stammer Jr. coming up with Conrad Evans as now Evans wants the lead from Jordan Stout side by side into the tri-oval. 88 led the lap. But Evans has the inside lane, 15 to go, but Jimmy Stammer Jr. now is the inside lane. The 71 moving out for the lead. Marcus Auto Racing looking for a win after their Loudon heartbreak. Start on pole, led the first 8 or so laps in that race, but once he got past, he could never find a way to get back down in line, and he faded outside the top 30. I think he finished 34th in the last race, the Jiffy Lube 300. Now he's up leading at Daytona, but Roger Rage was inside with Noah Clifton, Luke Rainey, and Luca Iger in tow. Now we're making a lot of moves. Obviously, I think we shuffled some of the better cars out, and now you're starting to see a lot of just different cars come towards the front. And it's starting to shuffle a lot here as Luke Rennie goes over for second on Noah Clifton. Iger with him, Harrison Reed with them. Baby Ruiz from Melling Racing up inside the top 10. Keyshawn Richardson, Evan Hunter. Iger wants second. He goes 3 wide to the bottom. AJ Foyt Racing's Luca Iger for second position behind the 55 of Roger Ray. What a great move for Luca Iger right there to make that work. And at some point, these drivers stuck in the middle, they need to find a way out of the middle. The middle is basically no man's land. You're not going forward, you're not going backward. Not good. You want to be either going backwards on the outside, the way outside, you want to be going forwards on the inside lane. You really can't have an in-between at it. You can't just start staying in a position. You need to get down low or get up high as quickly as possible. So these drivers in the middle, they desperately know they need to find a way down. But Caden Lynn could throw a wrench in this because he's slower. I don't know if his car's just not up to speed or if he just lost the draft because of something that happened further back in the pack. Either way, the 42 was a little bit slower. We'll see if he gets the draft, if he stays up to speed, or if he'll start holding a lane up. Obviously, when he first gets caught up too, he might hold a lane up because he doesn't have draft at that moment. But if he catches draft and he gets up to speed, then he'll be all right. At the front of the field, there are a lot of underdogs. Roger Ray, Luca Iger, Evan Hunter. Hunter and Iger make the move. Now Hunter wants 3 wide to the bottom. Benny Lynn to the outside. Hernandez with them, but they're 3 wide for the lead into turns 3 and 4. It's Evan Hunter and Luca Iger a part of it. Brett Sierra, Colin Teague come to the inside to rescue the 36 and get him clear of traffic. 12 to go in the Firecracker 400. Caden Lynn ahead. Who's he going to hold up in the 42? Hunter looks to go around the outside of the 42. He'll accomplish such feat. Hunter leads the lap in the 36. Now does Caden Lynn get caught up to the speed, or does he start holding a lane up? Iger got clear on the outside in second as well. Roger Ray might get clear in third. Colin Teague, though, still fighting to the inside. Zachary DeLello and Ryan Wilson, the teammates from Penny Enterprises there. And there's Keegan Thompson moving up on the inside. This way did it Talladega. Did it right when it mattered most. Didn't lead a lot of laps in that race, but he did it when it mattered most. And the 5 car got the victory lane at Talladega. So them all trying to get by the 4-2 of Caden Lynn there. They just don't want anything to do with the lap car at this moment. They want to shuffle him to the back and get out there. The front 2, meanwhile, have gotten away because they're 3 wide for third. DeLello to the inside of teammate Ryan Wilson. But Iger and Hunter just first and second staying committed. Iger right behind Evan Hunter as now Wilson goes on teammate DeLello for third. He'll let the 4-3 back in line. Keegan Thompson giving a great boost to the 44. They were now third, fourth, and fifth with Thompson up inside the top 5 again. Thompson wants fourth from Ryan Wilson. DeLello trying to give his teammates some draft, but can't do it. Thompson gets to the inside. DeLello now gaining on the front 2. He's got a nice run here. If it doesn't stall out through 1 and 2, he might have gotten the run too soon because it might have just stalled a little bit right there as they come off turn 2. He'll still take the run to the inside, though. Keegan Thompson wants to go high with the 2 cars that have the draft, Iger and Hunter, leaving DeLello with no help whatsoever on the inside. But we're coming around to 10 to go in the Firecracker 400. It's time to get busy towards the front of the field. And DeLello got help from Burnett and Jericho, so that's actually going to help the 43 out right there to get to second. But still Evan Hunter for MB2 Motorsports leading the way in the Firecracker 400. See, Ryan Wilson got back down line. Nathan Baird moved up nicely. He was actually second slowest in qualifying. Eli Bright was the slowest. They're both up inside the top 10 here towards the end of the Firecracker 400. Kukulan failed inspection, gets shoved to the middle by Mitch Corbett in the 66. Obviously, the Hoscar Motorsports cars have looked a lot better in the draft than they did in qualifying. Trey Bardo back in the inside, trying to move forward at the right moment. Thompson now up top 3 wide. The good thing is he'll be falling back and not just stuck in the middle somewhere. So if Thompson can fall back quick enough, this will be all right for him. Towards the back, some drivers maybe just riding out, trying to get there at the right time. At the moment, he would probably be too soon to win this race. Hunter and Burnett have gotten away from the 3 wide on back. Eli Bright moves up in third. Mitch Corbett looks to the inside. Matthew Burnett wants the lead from Evan Hunter. There he goes in the 16 in the final 10 laps. Matthew Burnett for the lead of the Firecracker 400 on Evan Hunter. Lathan Strickland is on the most laps today to the inside, 3 wide for third. Jose Mills, Cameron Evans with him. Baby Rose, Trey Bardo. Matthews Wells and Benny Lynn moving up in the 94. I think that's 24 Seidel right behind him. 7 to Mills pushing Lathan Strickland, who wants to get to the inside and get back to lead. But if you're someone behind the 33, you don't want to push him to lead because he was so strong earlier in the race. There he goes. Jose Mills going to step out Lathan Strickland. He wants to shuffle that 33 out as well. Conrad Evans with him. Bibby Ruiz up inside the top 5. Trey Barlow coming back, but is it too soon for the driver of the 3? Hasn't got to lead lap here tonight either. And Keegan Thompson has 5 bonus points for Thompson that Barlow's not getting so far. Here they come back to the stripe. Evans, Barlow's teammate, goes to the inside. Jose Mills, though, for Matei Motorsports leads that lap. Here comes Melling Racing's Bibby Ruiz to the inside. Strickland goes to the middle, and Ruiz gets to the inside of Evans barely for the race lead. Here comes Bardo and Wells. Both drivers not led laps tonight. Both have fast race cars, and Bardo needs it desperately. Those 5 bonus points. He'll look to the inside of Ruiz. If he doesn't give it that bomb, he should have this lap led. Unless Evans gets a big enough push from Strickland to clear, which he might do right there. Does he get down from his teammate, though? He does, so it might be his teammate that keeps him from getting this lap led. Evans and Bardo, the R's, their teammates 1-2. The Poles are Wells to 3rd, and Benny Lynn, his 2nd race of the season, up to 4th. A lot of shuffling here at Daytona. Bardo wants the lead from his teammate Evans. The 31, though, is going to be able to lead this lap. Can Bardo get back around 2.5 miles more and lead the next one for 5 bonus points? Lynn has a nice run coming in the 94. Benny Lynn looked low, but didn't have the legs to make it work. He'll get back in by the 3 of Bardo. 7 laps to go in the Firecracker 400. Zidell back to the inside. Down in front of Lord Chung, right behind Benny Lynn, as Bardo for RCR leads the race. Now Benny Lynn looks to the inside. Bardo tries to give help from his teammate, Conrad Evans. If he can get the draft to stay clear, look at them shuffling back behind. Bardo is all but clear the 94. Can't get down. Benny Lynn for Bill racing to the inside. Heads up for the 24 Zidell. Yeah, behind the front 10, they are shuffling around like madmen, trying to get down to the inside. Hagit and Ruiz are shuffling back around, back and forth, trying to get wherever they could. As Zidell goes for 2nd, but now Lord Chung steps out 3 wide in the 23. Very close to the trial right there. Now it's 3 out for the lead. Lord Chung to the inside. Nolan Lawrence, her pusher. We're nearing the point of no return as well, so we're getting towards that point. Driver's going to be starting to get antsy here. Chung leads the race for Bill Davis Racing. Crosscar Motorsports hits Nolan Lawrence in 2nd. Roush Racing's Keyshawn Richardson up to 3rd. Jasper Motorsports Sergio Gita up for 4th. And Melling Racing's Bibby Ruiz up for the top 5. Lawrence stayed clear in 2nd. That's what we need to do right there. Gita's going to get clear in 4th. Ruiz trying to get clear in 5th. Some underdogs towards the front of the field right at the end. This is the point of no return. 5 laps to go on the Firecracker 400. Any yellow flag now ends the race abruptly. That's where you want to be leading at every point, but you can also be leading too soon. Keyshawn Richardson for 2nd. Bibby Ruiz, the front 5 have gotten a little bit of breathing room. Luke Rennie trying to emerge in 6th. Walker Davis is there for Tyler Jet Motorsports. Jacob Boyd, Riley Spur to Brett Sierra, also cars on the inside. Where is Keegan Thompson in the 5? He's just at the back of the field now. I think it's too late for Keegan to make it back up towards the front. Davis looking low, Luke Rennie, as they're all scattered in front as Lawrence goes up 3 wide. Ruiz to the inside with Keyshawn Richardson right in front of him in the 99. Yeah, so at the moment, I mean, I'd be liking where maybe, you know, the 44, 2288 are. I think if you're anywhere further back, it might be too late, but who knows? We'll have to see towards the end of this race. Walker Davis on Bibby Ruiz, just 4 laps to go now. Davis going to get halted out by Riley Spurlow, who failed post-qualifying inspection, but having a race here in the 28 after getting past inspection. Changing the car and making it work. Jacob Boyd, the 21, now moving out. Richardson can make the move on Lord Chung. Boyd's going to make the move for 3rd on Spurley, too. Brett Sierra's going to make the move on Boyd. That's going to keep Spurley clear in 3rd. Spurley's going to go for 2nd on the 99, Keyshawn Richardson. Barely got down there, and he did. 3 to go this time by. There's Sierra, Stanworth Jr., Ryan Wilson. There's Rando and Stout. Stapleton as well. 12 of Collins. 40 of Reed. 55 of Ray. 7 of Mills. They're on the inside. 11 of Logan Williams. Jack Haas, there's Keegan Thompson, get by Jericho and Bardo both, so it's going to be a good point there for Keegan. He's on the inside, could get more spots as well. Stanworth goes for 2nd on Sierra and the others. 3 laps to go at Daytona. Some of the underdogs want a win in the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. It's all coming down towards the end. Penny Enterprises needs something bright in their season, but Ryan Wilson gets shuffled out by the 22 of Jay Rando, or does he? Wilson still trying to get through the middle well. Stanworth Jr. clears in 2nd. They're 3 wide for 3rd as it's Randall, the 22, to the inside. Stapleton for Roush Racing. Collins for Penske Racing, Anderson Reed for Team Sabco, 55 of Roger Ray for Andy Peacher Racing. They're all coming down to the final 2 laps. 5 miles remain, 2 laps to go in the Firecracker 400. At the front, Laura Chung leads Jamie Stimmer Jr. off to turn 1. Can anyone find a way around this 23 for Bill Davis Racing? Or does she have it in the bag? The front 2 have a nice gap, but Stanworth wants someone up behind him. He can't do this by himself. He needs someone to come with him. Collins and Reed could be his help. Roger Ray as well. Keegan Thompson with Trey Bardo a few cars behind. Bardo definitely going to want to shuffle that 5 car out at any cost. Here comes Collins for second. A massive run in the 12. He gets to the inside of Stanworth Jr. Now his next opponent is Laura Chung in the 23. Coming around to the white flag in the Firecracker 400. 3 cars are single file. Laura Chung, Mitchell Collins, Roger Ray. There goes Collins and Ray to the inside. Last lap at Daytona. Mitchell Collins, Laura Chung. Chung led the white flag. Who leads at the checker flag though? Roger Ray pushing Collins clear. Jack Haas coming forward. That's Laura Chung's teammate. Shuffled Logan Williamson though. Anthony has Keegan Thompson also there. Haas has a nice run coming off turn 2. I'd be shocked if he doesn't turn it left right here. There he goes. That's for second though. Keegan Thompson comes with Jack Haas. Thompson trying to get up to Haas and maybe push him by the 12. Mitchell Collins is still clearing to turns 3 and 4. Here comes Haas and Thompson both. They're 4 wide behind and 3 and 4 in the middle of the pack. They battle all 4 for the final time. Collins leads in the 12. Haas to the inside. They'll drag race back around to the checker flag. The winner of the Firecracker 400, Mitchell Collins on the inside for Penske Racing. Mitchell Collins has won the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. He didn't wreck at all during the race, but on the outside lane, Mitchell Collins wins this race in the 12. And for Keegan Thompson, I think he got third out of that. That is now 3 plate races, a first, and a third for Keegan Thompson. That is stupendous for the driver of the 5, but definitely all the sights are going to be on Penske Racing's Mitchell Collins, who a last lap pass of Laura Chung and holds off Chung's teammate Jack Haas to get to victory lane. Thompson and Bardo, I believe, both finished top 5, so the point gain for Thompson, he'll gain a little bit, but it won't be as much as maybe he was hoping for, because Bardo followed him up towards the checkered flag there at the end of the race. But what a wild ending it was. Mitchell Collins with the win in the 12. It's Penske's first win of the season. They're going to love that one for sure. Take a look at the finishing results here from the Firecracker 400. Mitchell Collins in the 12, winning this race over Jack Haas, Laura Chung's teammate. Haas ends up in second for the second time this season. Keegan Thompson, another top 3 and 2 spots better than Trey Bardo. Colin T gets 4th. There's Bardo in 5th. How about Walker Davis for Tyler Jet Motorsports in 6th. Anthony Ennis for DEI in 7th. Laura Chung, who was leading at the last lap, ended up in 8th. Logan Williams for Brett Bodine Racing gets 9th, and Roger Ray a top 10 to 55. Noah Clifton, Anderson Reed, 11th and 12th. Jamie Stammer Jr. 14th. Nathan Baird 15th. Those are some really, really great teams. Steve Runwell, Luca Iger 17th. Jose Mills 19th. Zidell gets 20th. So if you were not the front 2 in points, you did not have a good points night. Zidell 20th. Brett Seaver got 28th. And Chris Jericho finished outside the top 30 in the 18. Ryan Wilson a good run, 22nd for Penny Enterprises. Lathan Strickland led the most laps, I believe, tonight. 24th, though, for the driver of the 33. Big Rose at 26th place. Sergio Gita 27th. There you see Luke Rainey. His teammate won the race. Rainey down 29th, just in front of the car he'll drive next season. George Stout 30th. Mitch Corbett, Ryan Spurgeon, a lot of big names down here. I mean, Ryan Spurgeon 32nd, Keyshawn Richardson 33rd, Mathis Wells 36th, his teammate Jericho 38th. Joe Gibbs Racing did not have the night they were looking for. Matthew Burnett was leading towards the end of the race, but gets 39th. Benny Lynn was up towards the front, 40th for the 94. Yepez also, a driver we thought would be doing well, 41st, and Caden Lynn obviously a lap down in 42nd, that 4-2 car. Failed inspection twice after qualifying, didn't qualify well, and qualified 35th, so obviously the 4-2 did not have the speed in it at Daytona, and maybe having to take some of those adjustments out really hurt the speed of that 4-2 car. So that is it for the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. It was an intense race all throughout, and we saw a last lap pass with Mitchell Collins getting his first ever NASCAR Winston Cup Series win as he gets it done in the Firecracker 400 at Daytona. One of the underdogs scores victory here at Daytona. It was an amazing one for sure. Next week is an off week for these drivers, kind of their midsummer off week. We'll be back in action 2 weeks from now, and once again be under the lights as we go racing at the Richmond International Raceway. That is the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400. That is going to be another good one as well. We saw in Richmond earlier this season a lot of tempers, some crashes, some interesting moments during that race. We'll have to see how it all unfolds next race at Richmond in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400. Once again, congratulations to Mitchell Collins and the 12 team on winning the Firecracker 400 at Daytona, and tune in 2 weeks' time to JRTV for the next race at Richmond.